We have Igor Ivanov from the left, my old friend, in fact, very good friend, the former Russian foreign minister, and now he's the president of the Russian International Affairs Council, leading think tank in Moscow. We have Pavlo Klimkin, who is the foreign minister of Ukraine, Michael Turner, member of the U.S. Congress, representative from Ohio, and we have Witold Waszczykowski, the foreign minister of Poland. Yes. So,
Shota Guineria, Georgia. Definitely, Georgia is different from Ukraine, but what is similar in Georgia and Ukraine is that Russia is trying to undermine the democratic processes and integrational processes in these both countries with the European and Euro-Atlantic structures. And Russia is using military force to undermine that processes effectively. And now what we've heard from you, sir, the distilled message is that the only way to normalize relations between the West and Russia is for the West to recognize the spheres of influence that you claim, using that hybrid warfare type of tools to pressure politically, economically, and militarily your neighbors. So my question is it possible that in this 21st century, the sovereign nations, territorial integrity, and internationally recognized borders could be undermined by its neighbor, and the Western free democratic society can ever live with that, and ever even indirectly legitimize that? Thank you.
You are from Georgia? Yes. Okay.
So what?
Do you remember the transition in Georgia from Shevardnadze to Saakashvili?
Very well.
Do you remember that I was personally there? Do you remember that we personally, Russia, helped the peaceful transition from one?
I don't remember.
You don't. That's why you remember what you want to remember. No, you are laughing. Do you know, maybe you know, that personally I negotiated with Saakashvili with the withdrawal of military bases, Russian military bases from Georgia? Do you know? No, okay. Do you know that we helped to Georgians, many Georgians, to come to Gali, to Abkhazia, refugees? Do you know? Yeah, this is the problem. If you don't know the history and you start the history from today, this is very difficult to understand what is happening. Russia was trying. The first question, I can tell you, the first question of Saakashvili after taking power, and you may ask him, he's in Odessa now, not in Georgia, but you may call him. The first question was, Igor, help us to restore the territorial integrity. And I said, yes, we will. We are ready to help you. We are ready to help. Look. We are not in the theater. If you want to upload, maybe in the other play.
With the McCain Institute. Mr. Ivanov, first of all, it would be good if Russia left Georgia. It still occupies 20% of its territory. And if it fulfilled the agreement in 2008, that would be a good step. Second, back to Ukraine, it's not a complicated story. It's very simple. Your country invaded Ukraine wholly unprovoked. You annexed Crimea illegally. No country in the world has recognized that annexation. You then moved into the Donbass area. Which conditions under the Minsk agreement has Russia fulfilled? It seems to me none, including, by the way, the return of prisoners, including Nadia Savchenko, who was kidnapped from Ukrainian territory. When will she be returned, and when will your country live up to the obligations under the Minsk agreement? Thank you.
Excuse me, you are from where?
Kramer with the McCain Institute in Washington, D.C.
Okay, thank you. We have delegations working permanently in Minsk on Minsk agreement. Professionally, I don't think that it's good to interfere in their job. We have President Kuchma, other high-level people discussing the agreement and the implementation of that agreements, and this is their job. But when you professionally use terminology, you have to be responsible. Invasion. What does it mean, invasion? For me, invasion was the invasion of the United States in Iraq. It was invasion. For me, invasion was the invasion of NATO in Yugoslavia. It was invasion. In Crimea, it was not invasion. I can tell you of the history. When I start, they stop me to tell you, but in '99.
What about
maybe,
Russian troops
well,
in Crimea?
I will tell you. I will tell you. No, if you want, I can tell you. It was in '99 when you were not minister. I was minister. In Duma, I presented the agreement between Russia and Ukraine, ratifying, recognizing the territorial integrity. And I can assure you, give me one example only, when on official level, Russian side put under question the Crimea as part of Ukraine. Never. Never.
I'm confused. I'm confused.
You don't.
Russia has annexed Crimea.
Look.
You occupy it and took it as part of your own nation, and you're doing the same in Georgia. What part of that is?
Maybe my English is not good, but I can repeat you. Maybe I can repeat you. What I am saying is that till February 14, never on official level, we had a lot of discussions about fleet, about this and that. Never the problem of Crimea was discussed on official level between our two governments. I worked with Kuchma, with Yanukovych, with Yushchenko, with Poroshenko, we were ministers together, with Yatsenyuk, we were ministers together. Ask them if you don't believe me. What happened in Crimea...
Are you trying to say it was part of Russia before you had a referendum? Because I don't know why you'd have a referendum if it was already part of Russia.
What I'm saying, what happened in Crimea, this is direct consequences what happened in Maidan in Kiev. This is what I'm trying to explain you. It was not... I repeat, about Minsk, you may ask the people who participate in dialogue. I am not a member of Russian or Ukrainian delegations in Minsk. This is what I'm trying to explain.